Good evening, everyone. I am calling to order the open session of the CUSD board meeting on this 10th day of August 2021. Can everybody please rise for the flag salute? Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Item B2 of our agenda is our closed session report. A motion was made by Andy Schaefer and seconded by Sally Green during the meeting that the board of directors, that the board has directed the staff and council to decline to accept either offer from the parties listed on the agenda and to communicate with the parties the reasons therefore and the next possible steps. The vote was passed in a 5-0 vote. And Andy, you want to go ahead and do a roll call for me?
All right. Aaron? Here. Jamie?
Here.
Sally?
Here.
Jamie?
Here.
And I'm here.
Great, thank you. Item B3, approval of our minutes. Can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B4 is approval of the agenda and consent agenda. I would like to add onto the agenda item E1, which will be Ms. Rigby's superintendent report.
C4.
E1.
No, C4.
Item C4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not B4.
Oh, wow, you're right. No. I still disagree with you.
No, the thing is correct. It's E1, it's the superintendent report.
Oh, E1's the superintendent's report. You
E1
said-
will be the superintendent report.
Yeah,
It goes before that public comment.
right.
Right. Okay. That work for everybody? Can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
All right, Andy, and roll call?
Aaron?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Sally?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
And I'm aye.
All right. Awesome. Then we will move right along to the superintendent report.
Thank you, Jamie. So I'd like to begin tonight by recognizing the district staff and the school custodians who have worked hard during the summer in preparation for school opening. Staff have been hired, classroom, cafeterias, bathrooms, offices, and hallways have been deeply cleaned, curriculum materials and supplies are ordered, bus routes established, maintenance repairs completed, fields have been mowed, trees are trimmed, food is ordered, and ready for school lunches. The next item is the COVID safety protocols. Ensuring that students and staff return to a healthy and safe environment to support in-person learning is paramount for us. The Santa Barbara County Public Health Department issued a health office order which requires the use of masks in indoor public settings. Regardless of vaccination status, all teachers, staff, students, and any visitors will wear masks indoors. We will also continue with layered prevention strategies in place. No visitors during the school day, daily cleaning, hand washing, outdoor classrooms, and lunch. All meetings will remain in Zoom format to avoid large gatherings whenever possible. We have hired 2 nurses who will assist us in following the CDPH K-12 guidance for employee-student COVID-19 exposures. Most of our staff are vaccinated, and we urge all students 12 years and older to secure a vaccine. We will continue to offer vaccination clinics at CHS before school begins. The next item is staffing. Teachers are at the heart of what we do, and we are thrilled to welcome our new staff. At Aliso, we welcome Nicole Gonzalez, Madeline Doles, Matthew McPherson, Lily Talkin, Talia Allen, Jessica Wenzel, Valerie Ropalato, and Jennifer Gonzalez. At Canalino, we are welcoming Sherry Paul, Crystal Marshall, Leanne McDonald, Sierra Schlesinger, Katie Brown, Monica Robarge, and Teresa Till. At Summerlin, we are welcoming Allison Mackin. Our new music teacher at both the middle school and high school is Michael Martindale. At CMS, we're welcoming Michael McDonald, Emmanuel Campazano, Lindsay Agnew, Brooke Marquez, Hannah Ramsdale, Thomas Few, Rebecca Frank, and Ellen Guerrero. And at the high school, we are welcoming Barbara Marabian, Rick Jones, Kevin Dolan, Sabrina Emery, Fabian Morales, and Octavia Colin. Travis Ravicki and Don Anderson have been hired as our district nurses, and we welcome our newest administrators, Veronica Gallardo at Aliso and Summerland as the principal, and Ricardo Coda as our assistant principal at the middle school. The next item is our 21-22 enrollment as of today. And you will see that we have 2,114 students enrolled, of which that's 30 more students than last year's October count at 2,084. We've had an increase at Aliso, a decrease at Catalino, increases at Family School, Summerlin, decrease at the middle school, and an increase at the high school. Independent study will be different this year. For the 21-22 school year, parents have the option to enroll their child in in-person instruction or independent study. For grades K through 5, there is the Calvert online learning program, as well as daily live interaction and weekly synchronous instruction with an elementary independent study teacher. For grades 6 through 12, there are the Edmentum online learning programs and weekly synchronous instruction with a secondary teacher in the CHS Student Success Center. Parents will be notified of this option on Parent Square, and if they're interested, they may contact their school principal. Some great news. Congratulations to our FFA teachers, Mr. Gomez and Mr. Lopez, and FFA students for their success at the Heritage Livestock Show and Sale. Some of the highlights include Eli Schaefer, Novice Lamb Showmanship Champion. Congratulations, Andy and Eli. Clover Martinez, the Novice Goat Showmanship Champion, and Raul Reyes, the Novice Swine Showmanship Champion. And I understand that wasn't their own animals. They were borrowed animals.
All but Clover. Yeah, the two boys had problems with their animals, and they showed other kids, so it actually shows even further how good their showmanship was.
Wow. Yeah. We're very proud. And the last item is our Measure U update. The Phase 3 Aliso modernization is wrapping up after a very short timeline over the summer. The project is completing the final details and will be ready to welcome staff next week and students on the 23rd. Fencing has been installed at the high school, and the site work for the new building is complete and ready to begin actual construction. The final remaining items for the CHS gym project are the gym wall pads and the boys' team lockers. Final DSA approval for Summerlin project was received on July 14th. Board approval of the site lease and the guaranteed maximum price and collection of final documents from the contractor will initiate the notice to proceed, with groundbreaking expected to be during the first week of September. Summerlin classrooms are ready for students at the main school campus. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Monica, I just want to confirm, we don't have any public comment tonight?
We don't, it was just during the close.
Okay. I kind of skipped around that one for a minute. Okay, we're going to move on to item E, our board policies. E1, Board Policy 0410, Non-Discrimination in District Programs and Activities. This is a second reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
F1? F1.
Everything on my page is wrong.
Oh. Here, you want this one?
Use the.
I'm printing this one off the internet.
Oh.
I'll just change it. Okay, sorry about that. F1.
I'll move to approve.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
I second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Item F2, Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 1312.3, Uniform Complaint Procedures, second reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Second?
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Monica. Item F3 is the removal of Administrative Regulation 4031, Complaints Concerning Discrimination in Employment, also the second reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item F4 is Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 5145.3, Non-Discrimination Harassment Students. This is the first reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item F5, Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 5145.7, Sexual Harassment, Students, first reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item F6, Administrative Regulation 5145.71, Title IX, Sexual Harassment Complaint Procedures, first reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item F7 is Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 6158 for Independent Study, first reading. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item G1, the board is being asked to approve the purchase of Peer Deck platform used for engaging every student. It's by Peer Deck, gives teachers the ability to engage and assess every student in every row, no matter what grade or subject. Using Peer Deck will help teachers create an interactive and community-focused classroom that builds confidence and comprehension. Peer Deck integrates with Google Drive and Google Classroom. The cost of Peer Deck is $9,180 and will be paid with general funds. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All those,
I got
have
just
a
a
question?
good question. So this is basically it allows the teacher to track the students in their seats. Is that?
No. No, it's a student engagement tool, so it allows the students to respond, and the teacher can track what their responses are if they're not making them verbal. So they can respond at their desk, and then they know, then they can track what the response rate is. But more importantly, they've been using Pear Deck for the last 3 years, and it's highly engaging for students in the classroom
Okay.
as part of their presentation software. So you're not just watching a PowerPoint with the teacher. They take the PowerPoint and then they organize it so.
They have interactive components to it?
Yes, it's
Okay.
all interactive
right.
components, and the interactive component is the Pear Deck. That's the system
Gotcha.
that,
All
the
right.
interactive software.
I should know that.
No, that's okay.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item H1, the board is asked to approve the warrants for the period of July 9th, 2021 through August 5th, 2021 in the amount of $3,043,202.82. Warrants are issued once a week on Thursdays. The report format shows check number, check date, payee, brief account description, payment comment, and check amount. I need a motion to approve.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions on the warrants? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item H2A is a donation from the Carpinteria Education Foundation to Carpinteria Middle School for student incentives. The board is asked to accept the donation from CF of $500 to CMS for student incentives. Can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item H3, the board is asked to approve the purchase of TransFinder software and hosting agreement. TransFinder will automate bus routes based on our current student demographics from Aries and provide route sheets, timelines, as well as provide a parent and school tracker for student pickup and drop-off. TransFinder will also automate and coordinate sports trips, field trips, and other bus and van uses so that the regular school routes are not compromised. TransFinder will tie into our existing GPS systems currently installed in all district vehicles, including buses and vans used to transport students. This system is hosted, which provides access on any device with a login and password. Parents can also add accounts to track their students' location on a district bus van. The cost of TransFinder is $15,325 for the first year with an annual
Annual cost.
increased cost of $7,050 in year 2 and beyond. TransFinder will be paid with general funds. And I get a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
And a second?
Quick question,
Oh.
sorry, I just need to clarify. You said it's,
You have to second it first.
oh, second.
You have a
Um,
question? Yes.
yes, so you said the cost is 15,325, and then you said it increases by 7,050?
You want to,
No,
No.
the first year is.
It's just a
is
subscription, right?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
then-
it's not,
No, it's not that plus, so
22.
it's 7,000
Okay,
every
thank
year
you.
ongoing.
thank you.
so it's
I-
initial
I-
15,325, then.
Yes.
I have a question too. I mean, isn't this normally what a transportation director would do?
Yes,
I mean, we have a really small,
we do, but we also have we're fragmented. Field trips, sports trips, home to school, it's all being done manually and it doesn't talk together. And so, the scheduling of the vans is all independent and with the sped routes, et cetera, getting really complicated going north and south. It's time consuming and Michael often ends up in a bus if one person's out sick. So,
so this is all the vans that are used for sports and everything?
Everything.
Because I can just see this being, even more challenging than it is, because it's challenging now to get, just from experience, to use the vans and to get, it seems like it's gotten more challenging to use the vans for events over the last 3 to 5 years. Probably
So-
3 years, and I can see this just being one more level of bureaucracy that's going to make it even more more difficult for the parents that are already volunteering to drive, and make them less likely to want to volunteer.
So what this is going to do, it's going to replace the system that's pretty arcane. Right now, all of our vehicles have GPS, but they don't talk to anything, and they get individual pings, and we have to look each one up if we're if someone's speeding or late coming from a route. All of that's radio time. This automates all of that. It also automates the routing of home to school. As far as parent driver, that's all being managed in a spreadsheet right now. That's not automated at all. So
I understand that, and it just seems like it's gotten more difficult the last couple of years than it used to be.
this is going to create a portal where parents can sign up to be drivers and then upload their driver and insurance information. Right now, it's all done on forms, paper forms.
So I would say our hypothesis is that this, using the technology to become more efficient in the process. So I think we should test it out this year. If in fact we collect the data and find out it's not more efficient, then I think we have the conversation. But that's why we're interested in purchasing it. The systems are so inefficient right now. It's very inefficient. And so I think
How do
maybe-
you propose we'll track that, though? How will we track that efficiency?
Well, we'll find out whether or not we were able to respond to all the requests for the trips. And the use of the vans and the buses.
So
Just like the metric will be the cost of transportation? I mean, is that,
That will be part of it.
okay.
Yeah, it'll be the cost, it'll be whether or not we were responsive enough to the request for all the trips, and whether the trips were on time. I mean, I think that's all the metrics that you need in a transportation system.
So it's fleet management is what we're looking at?
Yes.
Fleet
Yeah.
management.
It's
Okay.
efficiency. I mean, it's
Yeah.
using a system that's gonna make it more efficient in the process of tracking where all your vans and buses are, and when they need to be, and who needs to be driving them.
Is this specific to school districts then, I'm assuming?
yes,
Yeah, okay. Because I know there are other fleet management systems out there that are less expensive than this.
we received I think we have 6 quotes from systems that work specifically in school district settings. This wasn't the cheapest, but it was the most inclusive with the parent portal. So I will tell you that the biggest challenge we have is in our athletic trips. The times they leave conflict with the times that drivers have to be home, picking up or dropping off K or home to school. And that's all and then they'll change the route the day before. I mean, so it's really just all manually shuffling right now. And this is and it's very cumbersome for the high school to put trip requests into the system we're using, which is School Dude. It's not very intuitive. It also talks to nothing. So this system will actually talk to our GPS. So it does the direction of the trip, it logs the trip, it tracks the number of students on the trip, all electronically, which we're having to all track manually right now. So, and I will say one of the other measures too is going to be not only the satisfaction at the site level, because that's been a challenge with change, like, in the past, even before COVID, one of our biggest challenges is getting charter buses for field trips because they usually conflict with when we have to take kids home or pick kids up. And they will cancel the day before, they will cancel the morning of. And this is going to help us be able to secure better and know better those events without scrambling for shifting vans around and managing our fleet.
Will it put more burden on the driver to keep, input data?
No, the driver's not putting any data in.
So there's no logging as
Nope.
you're going along? Okay.
No, and that's so right now, the driver, so I'll tell you one of the problems that we have had is drivers disabling the GPS by actually unplugging it and putting it under the seat. So then their speed's not tracked. So that we'll get notified now because that's not hooked to anything that it's been disabled. So the safety measures are
Yeah.
involved. It's all integrated.
I was going to say, this sounds like there's a lot better mechanisms for tracking safety. And say, for instance, something happens along the route or a child gets off at a wrong stop, we can see where that route was exactly along the way.
yep.
So it records it as well.
We get a
Not
call
just
from a sped
only
parent.
live.
I'm waiting, the bus isn't here yet. We can see immediately that there's been a delay or an accident or something that caused a delay. The parent can also track it on their phone. They can download the app. This is really, for sped families, it's probably most critical because a lot of times either they're going to be late picking to meet the bus, or they're going to be late dropping off in the morning, and then it's a real immediate response to help us pivot when we have to and communicate.
And then one other follow-up question. Is this going to increase the financial burden on the parent groups for
No.
field trips, for the cost of busing? No? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item H4, the board is asked to approve the purchase of Sonic Wall 3-year renewal. This is for an advanced gateway security bundle subscription for Sonic Wall NSA 5600 firewall. All district network traffic flows through this firewall. The total cost is $19,268.45 with a 3-year renewal. Will be paid with general funds. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions on that item?
Will this help prevent things that have happened in the past?
Yes.
Right.
Hope so. All right,
First
all,
crossed.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Item H5, the board is requested to appoint Craig Price, District Council, as real property negotiator. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Any questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, our Measure U items. Item I1. We are being asked to increase the Kruger Benson Zemer Architects fees for someone's school, the Cinque assistance. The total agreement with the increase of $36,000 will be a total of $50,000 and will be paid with the Measure U bond funds. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Any second?
I'll second it.
You have a question?
Yeah, a
ahead.
comment. I mean, this doesn't look good.
No.
Number one, who was there any authorization for the work to move forward?
So I received in July a request for increase. That's what you see on July 20th of $6,000. That type of request has initiated me looking backwards, saying, okay, what have we paid? What are we doing? And in that look back, I found 2 previous increases that had not been brought to the board. So I am bringing those to the board now. The work has been performed. This is all the CEQA work with the BAR, Board of Architectural Review, and the Coastal Commission and the county. But from the initial purchase order or the initial contract of $14,000 that was brought in 2019, 2 subsequent change orders were made and increased that and did not.
So I remember a meeting last year. It may have been back in 19, but I think it was last year. It may have been the March 5th meeting. And we had, I think, Jonathan here from
Dudek?
Dudek, because that's what this is applying to, right?
Yes, yes.
And I think I asked, what's the increase in all this extra work? And I didn't really get a good answer, but apparently they knew that there was an increase at that time.
Yeah, yes, and you have attached all of the documents that were sent in to the district. Those are what I was able to pull out of the files, the paper files. So I agree. This is the kind of thing that I'm working with my team that's not going to happen. Again, I mean, everything will be brought to the board the minute I've got it, with clear expectations of transparency and explanation. So,
I mean, can we go back and look at the original proposal from them to see what, I mean, did we, I mean, it wasn't all encompassing, the original CEQA work?
it was vague. It was an estimate on a similar proposal that you have in the background. It didn't explain this, it didn't explain the actual agencies and items that were going to be done. This is just KBZ. This isn't Flowers and Associate.
No, but there's a scope of work and,
Yeah.
and an anticipated, cost of the work, and they have to base that on a certain amount of hours that they're gonna, that you normally would have for a project of this type.
For a normal, you're right. So for just the CEQA part, it was done on estimate dollar value only. It wasn't detailed like you would on a regular architectural project for design and development.
So Dudek was solely out at T&M.
Well, Dudek is outside of KBZ.
No, but this is I'm assuming, so these costs are just KBZ.
This is just KBZ.
This doesn't have anything to do with Dudek.
Nope.
So are we gonna see
Or
an increase
Flowers.
from Dudek and Flowers?
Theirs were more specific. So the geo work, the Flowers and Associate, those were very much more specific. The architect KBZ work was more generalized. It wasn't specific.
Yeah, but the architects knew what the project entailed. I mean, I don't understand why.
I don't disagree with
because
you.
they're basing their design fees on the cost of the project generally.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
I don't understand why when there's a certain amount of risk when you bid a project on a percentage basis.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the risk that they can do it efficiently, and if they can do it more efficiently than not efficiently, they're going to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like with this, we're taking the risk now. We're sharing the risk, and we're paying for that cost or that contingency amount of money.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you totally, Andy.
I mean, I'd like to have Joe Wilcox in here to talk to him about this, because I mean, I'm assuming these have already been signed and paid, right?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah,
We haven't
so-
paid final, and we are completely through now. The
It's
county.
just I mean, that whole
yeah.
the whole process just doesn't seem transparent or fair to the community, because this is just taking away from other things that we could have done with that money.
I
And-
agree. I
and,
agree
and,
with you.
And they should have known this. KBZ should have known that didn't get approved by the board, because generally when you get an approval from the board, it goes right back to them as an approval, right?
Right.
So it doesn't sit well.
I think a complicating factor is KBZ was taking direction from the Measure U leadership team.
I understand that.
And I think the direction was not entirely accurate, because they went back twice to the architectural board and twice to the planning commission. They had to go back 2 times. They didn't just go once.
No, I know, but
They
but
went
that
back-
should have been anticipated. It's not like it's their first rodeo.
I
You know,
understand
and-
that, and I'm not defending it, but the architects work under the guidance of the team, of the Measure U team. They're directing their work. And so the Measure U team.
But they are professionals, and they're not hourly employees. I understand what you're saying, but there's a certain expectation of professionality when you hire a firm like that. And they obviously knew that it wasn't board approved.
No, how would they know it's not board approved?
Well, they get
architects
they get
didn't know
notice
that.
that it's board approved.
No, I don't think under the
We don't
leadership.
notify them?
I don't think under the leadership of the previous
Right.
Measure U that there was communication.
I made it clear when I received this notice that it would be brought to the board on the 10th of August.
All right.
And I can only assure you that moving forward, the board will see any action related to Measure U prior to it being authorized.
So DUDEC is not flowing through KPZ? We have a contract with them specifically? Okay. All right.
Same with Flowers and Associate.
I mean, we're surprised as much as you are because our expectation is that every single increase like this is brought to the board. And that was clearly communicated to the Measure U team. So this is something that we've uncovered, that in fact, these items were not brought to the board. And I believe there's also some change orders that have not been brought to the board. Is that right?
We've remedied that one.
Okay.
Yeah. That I think was brought last meeting.
Okay.
Is there any other questions on this item? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Item I2, the board is asked to approve Resolution 21-886, CUSD Project 01-2122, Summerlin School Construction, approving leaseback contract documents, authorizing execution and delivery of site lease and facilities lease documents with McGillivray Construction Incorporated.
I'll move to approve.
A second.
Okay, any questions on that item? All right, all those in favor?
Roll call.
Aye.
Oh, roll call.
Aaron.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Sally.
Aye.
Amy.
Aye.
And I'm aye.
Andy. Item I3, the board is asked to approve Resolution 21-885 with McGillivray Construction Incorporated, approving the guaranteed maximum price of $5,633,296.66 for the CUSD Project Summerlin School. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second. Can I ask a question that, there's nothing that we could do with a guaranteed maximum price with the architects?
No, this is just the construction contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but there's nothing like that we could have for architects that?
You mean that calls out the items?
For
when they-
guaranteed maximum.
GMP.
Oh.
I think we've already approved their contract. for the
Their
site.
work for
Those-
the, I mean, I can go back and the documents that went to the board to hire the architect for the project is called out. And that does have, I don't know if it's a guaranteed maximum price, but it does call out rates and limits. But this is just the guaranteed maximum price for the construction by
Right, no, I
McGillivray.
got that. But as Andy says, that other money we could have used for, it'd be nice to have
For
for other
this.
things, yes.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions? May I get a roll call?
All right. Aaron.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Sally.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
And I'm aye.
Thank you. Item J1 is our personnel summary. We are being asked to approve the assignment of 4 personnel and resignation of 5 personnel. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right, item K, board announcements. Do we have any announcements this evening? Nothing going on? All right,
Just the last 2 weeks of summer. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
all right. Okay, item L, board calendar. Monica, anything for us? All right, great. Measure U update is coming soon, and we can adjourn the meeting.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully by the